What a beautiful day!
I'm full scared I'm gonna get shot on, bro.
Oh shit! Okay. Good morning, brother.
Morning.
Oh shit, bro! This place is
Alright, guys.
This place is a hazard, man.
We are at Auburn Botanical Garden.
Yep. Didn't even know this place existed until
it's
a couple minutes
a
ago.
hidden gem. So it looks like a Japanese garden, to be honest. Really, really beautiful. Highly recommend everyone make their way down here and check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is our filming spot for today. We're doing this one day in advance. Usually we do this on a Sunday morning, really nice and early, but I guess, you know what, sun's out. It was raining for the past couple of days, so seizing the opportunity.
Yes, well, so just to say, today is the 15th of December, Saturday, 9:41 a.m.
Yeah, not the 16th as we said in our last vlog. One day in advance, but yeah, let's do this.
Let's do this, okay. What's your winner of the week, bruh?
Win of the week. I'm gonna say yesterday, finding out my younger cousin's HSC results.
Dude.
So, well, you're gonna say
that was my win of the week. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, HSC results came out yesterday for Year 12 students. So the HSC, for any international listeners, is an exam that 12th grade students sit, and it basically not determines whether it's your admission mark into university for the desired course you want to get into.
So yeah, I think it's the equivalent of the SATs in America. Anyways, yeah, continue. What
yeah, well, my younger cousin, he got a mark of 92.35. I'm so happy for him, especially because of his circumstances surrounding his education, his own personal life. So for him to, overcome so much adversity at such a young age, and working really hard, both him and his brother Jimmy, it's so amazing to see how much he's grown and both his brother have grown as well. Because ages ago, the people they are now were not who they were, let's say, 2-3 years ago. And I think one of the reasons why is that they also got to work with me and Kevin at Mickey Choo's a while back.
This is one of those guys. Yeah.
So I used to have a food truck called Mickey Choo's with my business partner Kevin, and we employed a lot of our younger cousins and don't just shout. We had our younger cousins or siblings working for us on the food truck, and just to see the immense amount of growth that they've made since they started, like, they're growing so much as individuals, and for him to be where he is now, to get such a good mark for his ATAR, it's incredible. Like, just to see how the events have unfolded and how it has led to where he is today. I'm so proud of him. And yesterday night I took him out to eat. It was funny because we both took out. He'll share his win later, but we both ate at the same restaurant, but after each other. So we didn't even bump into each other. We didn't even know until this morning when I told him. So
wasn't meant to be.
Yeah, I took him out to celebrate last night, and just catching up with him and hearing him. I haven't seen him in quite a while, so just being able to catch up and see how much he's grown is just incredible. I think that's the win for me. Just seeing my family do well and achieve great things. I think for me to see anyone achieve really great things in life, it's an amazing feeling. Like, you feel what they feel as well. So I think that's...
Do you know why?
That's the beauty of human.
Because we are all one, bro. Yeah. We are fucking one.
That's right. I think that's the beauty of being human, is that we can relate to each other so deeply, and it's truly amazing. Yeah, that's my win.
Yeah, man.
What about you, man?
Fucking good on him, man. 92 point what was it?
35? 92.35. Shout out to Jeremy.
Shit, Jeremy. We got you. My win of the week is funny because it's exactly the same as Michael's win of the week, but it's with my sister. And like, I was thinking about, like, as soon as it happened, I knew for sure I was going to share this with the world. And I'm just so proud of her.
Yeah.
And like, she ended up getting like mid-90s for everything except for English. She got 90 on the dot. So she got all-rounder. So how you get all-rounder is you have to get above 90 for every single subject. And what hurts is one of her friends got over 90 for everything except for English, but he got 89.5 for English.
They do 0.5.
Yeah, exactly. That's why it hurts even more. But yeah, that's a winner of the week for me. Like, if anything, I feel like I'm more proud of her than she is. Like, she's put in all the work, but I feel like I'm taking all the credit. I feel like all the joy, I feel all the enthusiasm whenever she told me. Like, as soon as she told me, I grabbed her, she started jumping up and down, and like, just, you really feel so happy when your family members, your loved ones are doing well for themselves. And, you know, there's a quote where it says like, so the quote, okay, I won't butcher this one. The quote is, people want to see you do good, but not better than them.
Yes, that's right.
But I believe that's only true for the people that aren't, like, the people that truly want to see you do well. Like, the people that, like, are kind of seeing themselves as competition with you. The people
celebrating any sort of success.
Exactly.
It doesn't matter if it's a small win, big win.
Exactly.
Like Brendan said before, we are all connected. We're all
fucking
one.
one.
We should be celebrating each other's successes. There shouldn't be any sort of bitterness or competitiveness.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I want to see you do better than me, man. I want to see you improve so well that you overtake me and the student becomes the teacher. Like, because that means that I did my job as a leader, true? Like, if that's a sure sign that you are a good coach, you're a good teacher, you're a good leader, that the person that you're coaching, the person that you're trying to make them, help them to grow, outgrows you. So,
100%.
exactly. So, I believe those people that want to see you grow but not better than them, they're not your people. Don't fucking, you should steer away from people that are like that. And you should gravitate towards people that just want to see you better. Like, no matter, like, what it is, even if you outgrow them. But yeah, that's my win of the week. My sister, shout out to you. I fucking love you, man. You don't believe in yourself enough, bro. Like, shit.
Man, time flies. I remember he basically, ages ago, he was like, oh, my sister got admitted into a selective school. So elective school is like another exam that you sit in 6th grade that admits you into what's called a selective school. So it's where, I guess, education is a lot.
So you have higher opportunity.
Yes, higher opportunity, basically.
To do well.
But yeah, it's been, 5 years already? That's insane.
6. I think 7.
6. Oh, wow.
Wait, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
6 years.
6 years.
Yeah, time flies.
Jesus
time
Christ.
Flies. But yeah, that's our win of the week. If you guys want to share your wins as well, we'd love to hear it because we'd probably share it in the next video.
Yeah, let us know what you guys have been winning. Like, there has to be something that is going well in your lives, no matter how shitty you're feeling.
Hashtag win of the week. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Okay, what's next? So our challenge. How'd you go with the gratitude challenge, my bro?
So I originally thought the challenge was vegan. I totally forgot that.
For real?
The challenge was to practice gratitude. So
yeah.
I spent half the week being not vegan, but being vegetarian. I was just eating vegetables every single day. And
that's good.
He asked me for an update during the week. He was like, have you been practicing your gratitude? I was like, I thought the challenge was being vegan.
One job, mate.
Yeah, that's totally fine though. I don't mind being vegan. So in terms of practicing gratitude, that's a daily thing for me. I always try to practice gratitude no matter what. You know, every single morning when
shat.
Is it? Guys, for the record, there's like 100 birds sitting on top of us, and we're really scared that we're gonna get shat on right now.
Yeah.
But anyways, in terms of practicing gratitude, that's something I typically do every single day. So from the minute I get into work, I don't like to dive straight in, log into my computer, check my email straight away. What I tend to do is dedicate at least 10 minutes to just sit down and not plan out my day, but sort of set the tone for my day. The first thing I do is I write a list of 3 things I'm grateful for. And you know what? With things like this, it shouldn't be forced. Like, you shouldn't be sitting there thinking about how grateful you are for X, Y, and Z.
You should want to do it because it feels good.
Yeah, so I don't do it forcefully. So obviously, if there's a time where where it doesn't feel right for me to be practicing gratitude, I'm not going to force it out of me. But typically, my morning routine involves me practicing some sort of gratitude. So I write a list of 3 things that I'm honestly grateful for, and sometimes it's recurring. So oftentimes I'll be writing, I'm really grateful for having a job that pays me. I'm grateful for being alive, especially, and
breathing,
being able to live, breathe, have be who I am today and to be a part of this world. So I typically practice gratitude every single morning, and I also do it at night as well before I sleep. Like we mentioned in the last podcast, you know, just before you go to sleep, just think about things that you genuinely appreciate and are grateful for. It doesn't have to be what you're grateful for during the day, but like even things that are in your life that you're extremely grateful for. Having a family, you know, having friends that care about you, having a roof over your head, having a bed to sleep on that night. You know, just setting the tone for your day or your sleep. So yeah, I tend to do that every single day. So it wasn't much of a challenge for me this week, but I think the biggest challenge for me this week was I tried to not be so reactive towards things. You know, it's very easy in life to react straight away when things happen to you. And the biggest example for me would be if I was driving on the road and someone cuts me off, the first thing I think about is, fuck, this guy is the biggest idiot. But like, I sort of, throughout the week, there were times where I did get, not aggravated, but I did get annoyed when someone did something that I felt was wrong on the road. But, you know, I always took a second and I took a step back just to reassess the situation and be like, you know, it's really not that bad. They cut me off. Like, it didn't change anything in any single way. I still got to where I needed to go. Nothing happened. It was just, look, the person that you're probably swearing at or being angry at doesn't even know that you're angry at it. You know, they're carrying on their own business. They're probably happy as fuck. And, yeah, they wouldn't even know if you were angry or annoyed or anything. So, you know, just that it's all momentary and it's all reactive. You know, it's so easy to...
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Like, that's a perfect example of, like, what I started to change my perspective on, like, when I started meditating. So, before, whenever someone would cut me off, I would be like, fuck, this guy fucking getting in my way, like, wasting my time and getting me pissed off and shit. But, yeah, he wouldn't even know that I'm thinking that.
Exactly.
So what I would do is I would switch the perspective and how I viewed the situation, and I would be like, maybe this guy's in a rush. Maybe this guy is rushing to go pick up his daughter, from school or like from a hospital. You don't know what this guy's going through. All we know is like how we see it. Yeah, exactly. So when you switch that, it changes your whole perspective and it changes your whole day. So if you keep going down that path of like, oh, this guy's a dickhead, this guy cut me off, you're gonna spend the rest of the day feeling shitty. You're gonna go to your spouse, you're gonna go to your best friend and tell him that, oh, this guy fucked up your life by doing this. But if you change that perspective and you're like, oh, this guy was probably in a rush to go pick up his daughter and like, this guy's a good guy, then it's literally gone for the rest of the day. You don't even think about it anymore, and it's not weighing on your mind. And so, like, I think it was Buddha that once said, holding on to anger is just like holding on to a hot coal with the intention of burning the other person or throwing it at the other person. You're the only one that gets burned. It's so fucking true. Sorry, continue, bro.
It's true. It's all about perspective, and, you know, being able to look at another perspective other than your own. So
exactly,
a lot of the things that I try to practice is looking at things from a higher perspective. You know, looking at it from an outsider perspective. Trying to even think about it from the other person's perspective. Just trying to see it in one dimension that's other than your own dimension.
Third person.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I've been trying to practice all week. When someone cuts me off, I have that immense urge to just be like, fuck. But then, you know, I calm down. I tell myself it's fine. I'm still in a car. I'm grateful for being in a car. I'm grateful that I'm driving and being able to go where I want to go. And it changes. It calms you down straight away. So I guess I added another layer to our challenge and applied it to real life context. So I guess that was my recap of the week.
That's
what
it.
About you, man?
Yeah, I reckon. So it's all about like being conscious of your thoughts, your actions, your reactions. And so that's how you get work, guys. Like, you gotta really... What's that word? You gotta really observe everything and not react, but respond. Okay, back to my what were we doing? Oh yeah, gratitude. Yeah, so I wasn't actually doing it every single morning and every single night, but I feel like this is something I do throughout the whole day. It's just something like, I'm just so grateful for life already. So I guess it's not really a challenge, but I have been consciously praying before every single meal. So like before every single meal, I just sit down, clasp my hands, and just really just close my eyes and just think about where the food came from, how much it costed, how grateful I am to have this food in front of me. Like so many people don't even get the chance to eat, let alone eat edamame and like nice poke bowls and like this amazing wholesome food. Like people don't even get food at all. Like people get shitty water. And so I've been really conscious and thinking about where the food came from, how it grew, the love that the farmers gave it, the process and how it got to this table in front of me.
Exactly.
And so when you do that, the food just tastes so much better. It just tastes so much better, and you just feel so happy. And you chew slower, and you really just savor the moment. And so that really puts you in the present moment. When you're in the present moment, you're happy. Like all of life's struggles and problems just drift away, and you just like you are just being, and that's what life is about, I believe.
You guys should give it a go though.
Yes,
you know what?
please.
Before diving straight into your meal, I know a lot of us are very time conscious and just want to dive straight into our food, but just take a second to think about how everything ended up on your plate.
Exactly.
Like, the farmer had to grow the crops, the sun, the rain, the soil. He had to nurture everything, the conditions to grow all the produce, and then someone had to process it in a factory or a plant,
or even by hand.
It had to go into packaging. It had to get driven from one location to the other. The truck driver was part of the process. He probably had a long shift. He had to drive all the way to get your produce from farm to supermarket, and then the people who pack the shelves, and then the very fact that you had a car to go to the shops to buy the ingredients, like I don't know.
And then the money that you were given so you could buy this product.
You think about all the layers and how they add on top of each other to create the end product, and like those are the things that we often miss because we just dive straight into it. But little practices of gratitude like that, it
fucking transforms your life, man. And so I know a lot of people, including my past self, and I'm pretty sure Michael is past self, and pretty much everyone, like we don't think about this, but because we're in such a fast-paced world, in such a rat race world, like we're always getting from A to B. We're not even thinking about the journey. We're always thinking about the destination. We can get caught up in just moving from one task to another so quickly, and we're not enjoying the present moment. And so I realized a lot of people in my life, Courtney, mum, dad, like these guys, they're just eating and they're on their phones and they're not even like enjoying the food. Whereas I'm just like sitting there like chewing like one bite per second, and they're just like they're literally just processing. They're not enjoying the food. They're not mindlessly inhaling food and on their phones, and they're multitasking, which is a terrible way to eat. But it's not their fault, because I was once there, and it's not the place you want to be. You're not being present, and so you're not enjoying the food. You're not appreciating it, and if anything, you're not even putting full attention into that phone as well. So you're losing both ways. So I really recommend people to try this out. Before your next meal, just sit down, close your eyes. You don't have to clasp your hands like a hippie, like you're religious or anything. Just close your eyes and think to yourself, I am fucking blessed to have this meal in front of me right now. And I can assure you that fucking sushi roll would taste so much better, even without soy sauce. But yeah, okay. I think that's us for the gratitude. So what's the topic for today, my bruz?
This is a topic Brendan wanted to visit today, so it was the topic of relationships. I have no idea how this is going to unfold, but you know what, I'm keen to discuss, and so the way I thought of relationships was because last week we talked about mindset, gratitude, and I reckon we should just pump out the foundational shit. So like the things that
influence everyone's lives. So we want to start off with like the basics and then obviously start to build our way up. And I reckon relationships, if you're a human, you're a social being. So you crave relationships. You crave strong and deep, meaningful
Humans
relationships.
evolved from relationships.
Exactly.
Tribes, interaction
Exactly.
with other tribes. That's how the human population. That's how humans as a species.
Exactly. That is why we're the dominant
years.
species,
Yeah.
because we work together as a team and then we collaborate. No other species on this planet works as well together in a symbiosis like us. That's why we're so dominant. That's why we have technology. That's why we work together so well. But yeah, so relationships. Where should we start? Let me see.
Are you talking specifically like?
No, like just pure human relationships. It doesn't have to be romantic. But yeah, like let's go down like to the basics. I reckon every single human being, psychopathic or not, like we all crave deep, meaningful relationships. Like relationships where we can talk about our lives, share our vulnerabilities, our passions, our fears. Why do you think that?
It's just an inherent human desire, not a desire, but like it's so ingrained into our biology that we need to connect with other people, and it all ties in with that sense of belonging and feeling connected to the world, and we find that connection so strongly through people. Relationships are such a big aspect in our lives. We have so many different types of relationships. We have relationships with our family members, we have social relationships, we have relationships with friends. Just relationships form the basis of it's the makeup of your life.
Yep.
So it's always important to really understand and what am I trying to say?
So you really want to understand. What do you want to understand?
I'm just having a mental breakdown.
Take your time, bro. We've got all day. But yeah, I think what he's trying to say is like we need to understand the people around us and what people need in their lives. So, sorry, I'm just distracted by this lizard. But relationships are like the basis of life. If you don't have relationships, it's really easy to go into a dark hole and just get really depressed, because relationships are the fundamentals of human society. So we would not be here where we are today, like as a human species, if we didn't work together, if we didn't collaborate. So I think it is built into our brains, and this is why we stand out from the rest. For example, if a herd of cattle or something was being attacked by a pack of lions, although this herd of cattle could easily demolish these lions, these cattle, they don't know how to work together. All they do is just run away, and then one little baby cow or something gets picked off by the whole herd of lions or the pack of lions, and then he just gets completely stripped and demolished. Whereas if we were humans, if these cattle thought of as humans, like they had the mindset of humans and they thought about working together, all they had to do was rock up and like staunch these guys and like just stand their ground, but like surround the lions, and the lions wouldn't do shit. Because imagine these cattle are way stronger. Like one on one, these cows would demolish lions by far. Like they would just impale them and they would just overpower them easy. But the thing is, they have a mindset of sheep, so they think about just running away. They don't think about working together. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I just thought that was a really interesting concept, how humans can stand out compared to other animals, and why we are so successful as a species. What else?
I think just adding further onto the topic of relationships is that we should be weighting a lot of importance on our relationships and doing what's necessary to nurture the relationships around us. Like we said, it's so fundamental to our lives that we often overlook the relationships that we have.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what sort of relationship. It doesn't have to be an intimate relationship with your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, husband, wife. But even the extended network of relationships that you share with other people is we should be doing our best to nurture these relationships because they're so crucial to who we are as people. And, you know, they've essentially developed us and helped us grow into the people that we are today. And
Exactly.
I'm turning 25 soon, and this is actually one of the things that I wrote down on my list of things that I wanted to, you know, be more conscious of as I'm growing up is nurturing my relationship with the people that I care most about me. It's so important. You are the average of the 5 closest people around you, for example, and you know what? We should be doing more to nurture those relationships and make sure that we're cultivating these relationships to make sure that they grow in the right way and, you know, lead us towards the right direction. So just to touch on the topic of relationships, I invite you guys to really reflect and think about all the relationships you have around you.
Yep.
Like I said, not just your immediate, intimate relationships, but all the relationships.
Literally
you have around
every
you.
single person you speak to.
That's right, and just reflect and review how these relationships have enabled you to be the person you are today. And you know what? Really make a conscious effort to continue to nurture that relationship. You know, if you have a close relationship with friends that are in your circle, you know, make that conscious effort to continue to do the right things to make sure everyone grows positively.
Exactly. And I want to add to that, like, you got to be really conscious of who you keep around with you, because that quote that Michael said, it's so true. You are the average of the 5 people around you. It's so corny and everyone says it, but it is the fucking truth. There's nothing more truer than that. Like, you are literally the experiences you have, the people you hang out with, the music you listen to, the food you eat. You are everything that you've done up until now. And so you got to be really conscious. Are the people around you, like Will Smith said, the people around you, are they fanning your flames or are they pissing on it? It's so true. Like, even if the people are your family members, they could be unconsciously putting you down and you might not even know that. And negativity is really bad because it starts to build and starts to fester and it becomes something that becomes out of control if you're not conscious of it. So you got to really look at the people around you and think to myself, like, are these guys making me happy? Are these guys building me up? Are these guys supportive of everything that I do? Are these guys always, whenever I have a win, are they excited for me? Whenever I do something great, whenever I accomplish something, are they excited with me? Do they push me up? Do they G me up? Or when you say something and like you're so excited and they're just like, oh, that's all right, that's cool. Like, right. You don't want to be around those people that don't celebrate with you, don't G you up. Like, the people, you want to be around people where, so if you, for example, say, yeah, I did 50 burpees today, I got a PB, I got a personal best, I broke my record. You want the guy next to you, you want to be hanging around people that'll be like, fuck yeah, that's it, keep going, you can do way more than that next time. That's nothing to you. Look at how you'll be in a week's time. Like, you want people like that around you because that's what makes you feel excited. That's what makes you feel enthusiastic. That's what makes you want to grow more. And that's what makes you happy, pretty much. You don't want to be people around, if, for example, imagine in the opposite contract, juxtapose this with you went up to a friend and you're like, dude, I got 50 burpees today. I like smashed my PB. I've never done this much in my life. And the guy was just like, oh, that's all right. I can do way more than that. You don't want that guy in your life. That is the type of person you want to steer away from. And for obvious reasons. Yeah, so I just want to add that into the mix.
I think the gist of what Brendan is trying to say is that, you know, be mindful and but selective about the relationships you keep close and dear to you.
Exactly.
It's not to say that you should completely shut off everybody.
Yeah.
And just, you know,
Bird just shat.
Just, yeah, and just shut off everybody else and only stay within your circle. Like, don't shy away from connecting with other people, but also be mindful and understand what sort of relationships you want to keep closest to you, so that you're growing.
Yes, exactly.
It's so vital, like we mentioned before. I think the key takeaway message is be appreciative of the relationships you have around you, and two, be proactive about nurturing those relationships and doing the best you can to ensure that all parties are deriving some sort of growth and positive growth for that matter. Positive growth and success.
Like both parties are providing and receiving value, yeah? And so I think a really great way to do that is to listen. Because a lot of people, including myself, back in the days, we don't listen enough and we talk too much. We try to express ourselves and we don't try to listen. That's why this is another corny quote, but there's a reason why we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Because we're supposed to listen more and talk less. But yeah, when you listen to someone, and like when I say listen, I mean actively listening, not just listening to reply, but listening to understand. When you listen to understand, that person really feels heard, and so that relationship builds on top of that, and so they start to feel a sense of love, and so it's like a reciprocation. And like listening is such a powerful tool, but like everyone knows you should listen, just like everyone knows you should smile, but people rarely do it.
There's another quote. It's you should speak in such a way that others love to listen to you, and listen in such a way that others love to speak to you.
That's a fucking lovely quote, man.
It's a good quote, and just applying it to everyday life.
Exactly.
Be the kind of person where other people love to listen to you, but also be that person where others love to speak to you as well.
Exactly. It's all about that balance. Like life is all about balance. But yeah, so we're talking about relationships. Oh shit. We've been talking about relationships with other people and people that are separate from us, but I believe the most important relationship is that with ourselves. Do you agree?
That's true.
Because you are the only person that will be with yourself for the rest of your life. Just let that sink in for a second. You're the only person that is going to be with yourself 24/7. Day, night, shitty days, good days. You're the only person that you're going to be with yourself everywhere. Not your spouse, not your sister, not your best friend, not your fucking lover. You, just you. So it's so important to have a good relationship with yourself, and you have to be telling yourself good things. You have to be G'ing yourself up, because I know a lot of us, I'm guilty definitely for this, where, for example, if I do something shitty, I'll put myself down, or I'll be like, oh, I don't deserve this, or I don't deserve that, and that's not good enough. I can do way better. What the hell was that? Like, it's so easy to have that negative self-talk, and when you have that negative self-talk, you start to put yourself into a hole, and you start to go into a downward spiral. And it's so true that we can really be our biggest fans and also our own biggest critics and our biggest enemies. And so, yeah, you really have to be conscious of what you're telling yourself every day, the thoughts that are going through your mind every single day, and because those are the thoughts that build you.
Exactly. It's crazy because everything that we're talking about links to everything we've discussed in the past. Like, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts, and you can't even begin to have good relationships with other people if you can't even have a good relationship with yourself.
Exactly.
Everything that you're feeding into your mind is just so crucial to who you are as a person. So you really need to be feeding yourself the right things in order to have an output where you're just an overall good person, like you're in a good state of mind, and the whole issue of that relationship you have with yourself being so important, that's something that's so easily overlooked because we often always think of other people before ourselves. But
always.
At the end of the day, we really only have ourselves, like Brendan said. So
yeah, so adding on to that, what Michael said, like Yeah, you really... Fuck, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something, but...
Guys, we're getting distracted by all the animals
Dude,
around us.
there's
a
guys,
peacock
there's a peacock.
walking right in front of the camera right now.
Dude. I hope you guys can see this right now. There's a peacock right in front of us. Dude. Law of attraction. Didn't I say? Like I was like, what if the peacock walked right in front of our camera? And it just did. Fucking manifested that shit. Anyways, going back to our relationships with ourselves, it's so important. Like, literally, if like we are treated, people look at us and they look at how we carry ourselves. So, if you believe that you're not worthy, then people are gonna treat you like you're not worthy. So, for example, imagine there was a hot girl, you want to ask her out, but you don't believe in yourself, you don't think you can do it. But let's say you try it anyways. You're gonna walk up and you're gonna portray this through your body language, through the way you speak, the words you use. And so you're not the only one that experiences this. That hot girl, she will see it, she'll fucking feel it straight away, because we know that girls are much more in tune with their vibrations, more in tune with their emotions. They can feel things on a subconscious level that men can't. So they will know straight away that you're not in tune with yourself. They'll know straight away that you don't have the self-confidence. They'll know that you won't have enough self-esteem. So why should she invest time with you? Why should she build a relationship with you if you can't even look at yourself in the right way? If you don't even have that poise, you don't even have that self-confidence, why should she be your mate if you're supposed to protect her, if you can't even look at yourself in that perspective of yourself as a king, yourself as the alpha? So it's so true that people treat you how you treat yourself. So you need to have a self-worth. If you don't believe in yourself, who else is going to believe in you? True? Like, that's why it's so important that you have a strong relationship with yourself. Bye. Yeah, so I really think that that's the main relationship that you need to nurture, because if you have a strong relationship with yourself, everything just follows. Like, you'll start to have a strong relationship with your best mate, with your spouse, your acquaintances, everyone around you. So it's really starting with the inside, yourself. That's where it all begins.
The most important relationship, guys.
Exactly.
Is the one you have with yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, so we're actually hitting the 40-minute mark real soon, so let's wrap this up. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're just so blessed today to have this amazing, beautiful, sunny day. Today was forecasted to have like a shitty, windy, rainy day, but look here. We're in the beautiful botanical gardens that we didn't even know existed until like a couple days ago. And I'm pretty sure my parents had their wedding photo shoot here. It looks so familiar.
Oh, before we forget, we need to touch on our challenge.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I have one that's really good in my mind, and I
What
reckon
is it? What is it, bro?
The two of us need to reach out to 10 people we haven't spoken to
that's a
in
good
a
one.
long time.
That's a good one.
10
bro.
people, and you know what? Follow up with them, see how they're going.
That's a
and
good
then
one.
I guess for us next week would be to relay to each other what we've learned, what's new, what were the results of us having gotten into contact with 10 people we've lost touch with over time. 10 is a pretty decent amount, you know, for us to have to actively go out and
yeah, man.
check up on people that we've lost connection with.
So are these people like, do they have to be like strong?
Anybody.
Anyone.
It doesn't have to be someone that's like immediately close to you. Like anybody.
Okay,
Could be
perfect.
someone from primary school, high school. I don't know. Could be anybody.
Okay. As long as someone that you haven't been speaking to in a while.
Like
And
it's
just
good,
catch up with them.
Yeah.
Okay, easy. I'm fucking keen for this one actually.
I think that's a solid challenge. You know what? You guys should do it.
You guys should do it too, because like, man, it will open up your mind just to know how far everyone's come.
You've got nothing to lose and
everything to gain.
Yeah.
Fuck
I say that quote religiously.
It's one of the best.
So true. But yeah, challenge for you guys.
Alright guys, we're gonna wrap this up. Thanks for watching. If you guys still watching right now, thank you for coming all the way, and yes, just coming on this journey with us.
Yeah. we didn't get shat on, so you know.
Yes.
That's a win.
Oh, thanks guys. See you guys soon. Boom.